frustrated. Because she wants to do it just like I am. Is that a yummy banana? And you're watching Mine and Honesty's month 7 update. And oh my gosh, this little girl has been hitting more milestones. I was like, there's no way I can possibly have a video next month when I made my 3-parter for month 6, this many more milestones. She's just so intelligent and she's got this cute little personality and I'm just so in love with her. She brings so much joy to my life and I'm so thankful for her. I'm going to start out with her updates. She's been babbling so much, it's so great. She's saying dada, she's saying la la, baba, and if I'm lucky, mama or mum. She said it a few times. It melts my heart when she says that. If you're wondering if that was the big update that I was talking about on Facebook, a lot of you are on my Facebook page and my personal account, but that's not the big update. There's so much more. She is doing so well. But as you know, when they're pronouncing things like that right now, it's not really words. It's just them getting used to basically syllables, putting words together and trying to find their voice with all that they've learned in the last few months since they've been alive. She's also said something that sounds like burp, because we say it all the time after we're feeding her, are you gonna burp? Or did you burp? Sort of thing. And so sometimes she'll go burp, and it really sounds like she's saying it, I'm almost positive. And then another thing she does, because we say his name a lot, our cat Boots, I swear it sounds like she's saying Boots, Boots, without the T. And then like I point to the cat and she gets all excited. So I'm pretty sure she's saying Boots, which is so cute. Another thing is, like, she has started screeching. Actually talking to a friend when her little one was screeching a lot. She's like, I can't wait until this is over, this phase. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel you. We thought Honesty like totally bypassed that phase, but no. I'm pretty sure that all babies go through it. Wow, she is loud and she goes crazy. She'll make little faces, like squinch up her face and just so funny. She is totally squirmy too, like when we're holding her, she squirms, or she wants to do like horsey on your leg, and then she gets really excited when we're doing that. And with regards to mobility milestones, She started with rolling everywhere, crawling backwards. If you recall, that was in the last update. She started something new at the beginning of month 7. And I was like, oh, I can't tell you guys till the next update. This is still not the big milestone. So anyway, she started bum scooting at the beginning of month 7, and we're like, oh my god, like we have a video here, like we put an object a certain amount away from her, and she would bounce almost like on her bum to that object, and we're just like, oh my god, it's so cute, and we're like laughing. Anyway, here's a clip of that. That's gonna be her way to crawl. Oh my god. This is how I get around. Oh my god, where did you learn that? Oh boy. Ever since she's been eating pureed foods, I've noticed, and it could be fully coincidental, but I've noticed that she's been getting diaper rashes more. Like she's had 2 diaper rashes since starting pureed foods. I mean, she was always doing the prunes. I don't know if I said that in the last update, but I started pureeing everything as well as giving her finger foods. We give her the finger foods after to still practice, especially if she's still hungry. But she's getting the best of both worlds now. And so she's had a diaper rash twice. I'm not impressed. Obviously her body is trying to get used to all the changes, and I've also read that it could be due to teething, and oh my god, is she ever teething. She got her first diaper rash when she was like somewhere between 3 and 8 weeks, I believe, or something like that. But it was when she was really young, and, well, she's still young. She's 8 months young now. Just a couple days ago, she started up with another one, so that was the 3rd time. Ugh, like, I hope she's not in pain. I've actually, if you guys remember my pregnancy vlogs, I had a product, and it was a nipple butter, but it was all natural ingredients, and there's nothing on there that you can't use for a diaper rash, especially since there's coconut oil in there, and coconut oil, if it's anything yeast related or candida related, anyway, it's antifungal, antibacterial, you name it. Coconut oil is amazing. And so I was like, well, it's worth a try. So I was using that, and then from the same company, they have a diaper rash balm as well. And so I was like, oh, well, I'm going to get that and use them in conjunction, and use another one that isn't necessarily natural, but it's always worked for us, Life brand, and it cleared it up in about 4 days. So that was good. It was quite a stubborn case this time. Last time it went away in 3. The time before it only took like 2 days when she first got it. So it's progressively getting harder to get rid of. Honesty has tried some allergenic foods that are known to cause allergies. She's tried strawberries, she's tried salmon, she's tried yogurt, plain organic yogurt, and she's tried organic white cheddar. And she's had no reactions, and she's also tried wheat cereal. I want to expose her to these things as soon as possible. Apparently our Canadian government has stated that there's no benefit in waiting to expose your child to certain allergens. Now they said that honey, you should wait until at least a year, if not 2 years. But yeah, so she's tried those things, and she loves strawberries, she loves yogurt, and she loves the yogurt when I mix it with strawberry and banana puree, and she likes it when I mix it with applesauce and cereal. And I tried strawberry mango one time, and she just devoured it. She didn't experience any outward symptoms that would make us think, oh god, she can't eat these. With eating the purees and getting a lot more food, because even though she's gnawing on those foods. She's not always eating them and chewing them to the fullest extent. Since she's been eating more food, she's been pooping when she wakes up and after every meal pretty much, or at least 2 meals of the day. It's crazy. So we definitely know the food is working and going through her system, that's what I mean. So she's had mango, which is new, as I said, wheat cereal, and she's had 3 different types of apples now: red Gala apples, green Granny Smith apples, and yellow Golden Delicious apples. And so far, green apple has been her favorite, which is kind of funny because most of the time it's mine, unless it's really, really tart. And I'm like, whoa, a little too tart there. Like I said, we puree her fruits, her veggies, her chicken, her salmon, her beef. However, we still give her sticks of food, and she is becoming extremely dexterous. Like, to the point where she actually uses her pincer grasp a lot now. Not just every once in a while. Like, she picked up the tiniest little piece of chicken on her tray today or yesterday, and I just wish the camera was right there, but she picked it up. Tiny little thing. We're like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. We're so proud of her for so many things. On Wednesday, April 22nd, Honesty pulled herself into a full sitting position all on her own. I'm in the kitchen making her purees. Matt's on the phone talking to his dad, sitting on a seat. She was playing on her playmat, but she scooted over to the laundry basket and wasn't quite up to the laundry basket yet, but she wanted to sit up so she could play with it. So next thing you know, I look and she's like halfway to sitting up. I'm like, Matt. Try not to like be rude and interrupt him in his phone call, but I was like, Matt, look. He looks at me, I look at him, we're like, and she sits up fully. We're just flabbergasted. We're like, oh my God. But then she hadn't done it since, until tonight. In her crib, she sat up in her crib. I had to go downstairs and lay her down, and then she fell asleep. But oh my God, she is growing so fast and going through so many things so quickly. Matt and I have been working with Honesty with her shapes box. Basically it's a box, and then on the top there's holes for certain shapes, like the circle hole, the square hole, cross, triangle, star, and so you just take the corresponding shape and you put it in that shape hole. And she was able to do the square a couple of times, but mostly she's been doing the circle. She doesn't do it every single time, and she actually hasn't done it in like a week, even though she plays with it. We gotta get her to play with it more often. That might be the issue. But she plays with her Rock-A-Stack and then this activity center, and so, I mean, yeah, we're gonna get her to play with it more. Because honestly, the amount of time she has put the circle in the circle hole, just with us saying, oh, do you know where you have to put the circle? And she puts it in. Like, oh my God. Anyway, here's a clip of Matt encouraging her. I wasn't home, and this was the most she had done it in a row, but watch this.
Here. Hold on to the blue thing. Good job, honey. Good job. Okay, let's try it again. Good job, Honesty. Wow, that's twice now. Do you want to do it again? Do you want to do it again? Nice. Good job. Now, the question is, can you still put it in when I move the yellow thing? Right here, honey. Right here. Nice! Good job!
So on April 25th, of course, I'm getting antsy checking her gums, because there's been times where she wakes up through the night, which is odd for her. She goes through spurts where she ends up waking up. She goes back to sleep and doesn't need comfort. She just kind of like wakes up, cries for a couple of seconds, goes back to sleep. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes. Honesty one night just started screaming. Like, we had put her to bed, she didn't fuss. Next thing you know, she woke up and she was crying and screaming, and it just like totally broke my heart. We have a rule that we wait 20 minutes. If she cries for 20 minutes, we go in. She had been fed before bed, she had been changed, she had like everything. So I'm like, oh man, it must be teething, or she had a bad dream. And for her to cry for 10 minutes, because normally the average now, if that, is like 5 minutes. So sometimes she doesn't cry at all. And because we're doing cry it out, we wait the 20 minutes. That's the longest we're willing to go, because other than that, it just doesn't feel right for us. So I guess we're not doing full cry it out, because technically full cry it out, you just don't go in there unless there's really a problem. And if it was teething, we don't use any products like Oragel or Tylenol. And if you use that, I'm not an elitist. I'm not saying don't use it. What I say doesn't matter anyways when it comes to other people, but for honesty, we're just letting her go through it. Like my doctor said, he doesn't usually suggest anything when it comes to that. The less medication you give them, the better. I'm really hoping that those teeth or tooth come in soon. Like, it is ready to come out. I'm not even kidding. When I put my finger in her mouth on April 25th, I could feel a lump, and there's like a little spot, and I'm pretty sure today, when I stuck my finger in her mouth. Today is Sunday, May 3rd, 2015. I didn't mention that earlier, so that tooth definitely has to come out soon. Like, poor little girl, like it's just taking so long. She likes to stand a lot, and she's super strong. Like, if we go near her and we put our hands on her, or we try to like flip her on her belly, so that, not flip her, but put her on her belly, she'll like grab on and like get real stiff and want to stand up. And so, oh my god, she's so strong. I've kind of walked around with her and had her move her feet a little bit, but she doesn't move them very much, so I know she's not quite ready for that. But she loves standing. And in the last video, if you guys watched the month 6 update, she was holding on to the chair, and now when she's in her crib, we've got 2 mattresses in there, just because I'm really short, and it's been hard for me to even get her in there with the tendinitis that I have. And so we're gonna have to get rid of one of the mattresses very soon, because like I said, she sit up in there tonight, and she is getting really close to standing with the bars. I'm gonna need a stair step, because when Matt's not here, like when he's out for the night, I'm gonna obviously need to be able to still put her in the crib. But oh my god, she is like pulling on the bars, and like she gets halfway, well not quite halfway, but like a third of the way up, and then like kind of just goes back down when we sit her in her crib for story time before going to sleep. It's ridiculous. She's just, oh, so smart. But then again, everyone thinks that of their own child, but no, seriously, she's extremely smart. On April 24th, she tried really hard to crawl on her own, like crawling forward or whatever, instead of just like pushing herself backwards, trying to pull herself forward. And she couldn't quite get it, so I worked with her and like put her in crawl position, and then I kind of like move her legs for her, and she started getting it. And then all of a sudden she started just pulling herself forward, and I was like, and yeah, crawling on April 30th. She was crawling forward. I was like, I told you, Matt. Matt was like, oh, she's probably not going to crawl now that she knows how to do like these easier things like rolling and butt scooting and crawling backwards. And I was like, I don't know. I just have a feeling she's going to. And so, shy 3 days from turning 8 months old, Honesty started pulling herself forward, also known as crawling, not full out crawling. I believe it's like military crawling that she's doing. She is getting really good at it. Anyway, here's a clip of her on April 30th crawling forward to 1, get my purse, and then 2, to get part of her puzzle mat, there's a 6 or a 9, whatever one you want to call it. There's like a little dot in the middle, and we use that. It's not small enough for her to choke on or whatever, and we're always watching her anyway, so don't worry if you're worrying. But anyway, here are those clips. What are you doing with Mommy's purse? What are you doing? You better go get it. Daddy took it away.
Oh, you're starting to crawl, honey. Wow.
Are you gonna go get my purse? Wow, Honesty Marie Phillips. April 30th, and you're starting to crawl. Oh, wow.
Good job, Honesty. Wow.
So proud of you, baby girl. April 24th, I tried to take a shower with her. Some moms, like myself, bathe with the baby in the tub, which is what I do. Some let the baby in the tub on their own now because they can sit up and they just sit beside them. Anyway, the possibilities are endless. But I usually get in the tub with her and bathe her that way. And I love taking baths every now and again because I find them relaxing. So basically 2 birds, 1 seed. And Honesty loves it when I'm in there with her, but I was like, okay, whatever, I'll try this shower thing. Some others would face their baby towards the shower, and I just couldn't fathom that because of the fact that she could like swallow a lot of water. So I faced her away from the shower, and I made sure the stream was like on her. Her shower is too small. So I can't really do it. The pressure / how far the stream went out. She was 1, coughing a whole heck of a lot. 2, sounded like she was swallowing some of the water. I did not like that. Anyway, I had her in her Healthy Care booster seat, and which I love, which is cool because she got to sit there, and it cleaned her well, you know. I just would have liked a less forcive stream and be able to back it up so that it wasn't like on her too much. But then the other problem is that her belly was starting to get a little cold near the end when I was showering myself. So I was like, this is just way too much trouble. I would basically need like a big showering space without a tub, and then it would be fine because it just would be a lot easier. Anyways, so for all you moms who are showering, if you're watching this video and you're showering with your baby, how do you do it? I was just too nervous, and then she kind of spit up and it was liquidy, so I'm like, uh-oh, did she like swallow too much water? I was like freaking out, and obviously she's okay, but I had heard of secondary drowning, and not worth it. Please explain how you do it and what makes you feel at ease having them shower with you, whether you face them towards you or away. I mean, all the power to the moms who aren't worried and do it anyway, but nope, not until she's like 3 or something, and if she's comfortable with it. I hope that she's comfortable with water, because I wasn't fully comfortable as a kid. Matt was. His parents put him on swimming and stuff at a certain age, and he knew how to swim. I didn't know how to swim until I was like 12 or something, so yeah, we're probably going to put her in some sort of lessons at some point. And hopefully she'll want to shower and it won't be a problem. Because to be honest, I find showers are a lot cleaner because you're not sitting in your dirt. Yes, you've got soap in there, but you're like sitting in your dirt. So when I bathe with her, I shower before and after. I used to only shower after. And I would do that because I'd want to get all the soap and everything off me because I tend to get itchy. But my friend was like, oh, I shower before. And then I was like, that's actually a good idea. Then you're not dirty when you get in the shower. With the baby, she's not necessarily perfectly clean before I put her in the bath. Of course, obviously, we wash her face, her hands, And we wipe her well when we're changing her, but it's not going to be perfect, right? Just like we're not perfectly clean until we shower, and so, or bathe. But even then, like I said, I don't know. Just an opinion. Not only did she first crawl on April 30th, but I really didn't want Matt to do this, but his mom kept saying we should cut Honesty's bangs because they're getting too long, and that it just isn't appealing to see kids with long hair, and or see kids with long bangs or hair in their face or whatever. And I just wasn't comfortable. I wanted to wait till she was a year, and not only that, that's her. Like, I can always wisp it off to the side, but then Matt was like, oh, you know what, I don't think she likes it in her eyes, which probably she doesn't, but it wasn't in her eyes very often. Anyway, so he goes and gets some scissors, and he chops it off, and it looks great and all that, but you just talk about doing whatever your parents tell you to do. That's all I'll say about that one. But anyway, she looks cute, and seems to be happy that the bangs aren't in her eyes, and now we won't have to hear about the complaining again. That'll be nice.
Hello? Oh, you're making the face. You're making the face. What's that? Chicken?
Sweet potato, yellow beet, squash.
Whoa! Whoa! Whee! Whee! Oh my gosh, are you having fun? Where's the smiles? Where's the there? Wow! Wee! 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 Let's go down this slide. Wee!